What's up, guys? Ben Pollock here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about some new strategies that I'm trying as part of my meet prep for the US Open. So, if you don't know, the US Open is in about 5 weeks, a little over 5 weeks, and I've been prepping. I generally prefer shorter preps, so I've been prepping for about 2 weeks now, roughly, right? I started roughly 6 training weeks out, 7 weeks total. So I've been trying three cool new things that have been working really, really, really well for me, and I want to share them with you. As always, we'll look at some training footage so you guys can, be a little bit entertained instead of watching my face. But I think that they might be valuable for you, they might not. I was really hesitant to try many of these because they were not things that I'd ever tried before, and I really had no idea how they would work. So let's get into it. The very first strategy that I used was higher frequency training. Now, if you've used any of my powerlifting programs before, not my power building programs, but my powerlifting programs, you know that they're all 3 to 4 days a week because I strongly, strongly believe that 3 to 4 days a week is the ideal number of training days for strength gains. For hypertrophy, it's a little bit different. But for strength, I think that you need that time to recover. It's very, very important because you're not only exhausting your muscles, you're also exhausting your central nervous system. You're exhausting your emotional capacity, right, for handling heavy weights. So there's a lot more going on, I think, than if you're training primarily to strengthen your muscles, which requires a lot more control, maybe arguably even more focus or longer term focus, but it's not quite as physically demanding in terms of recovery between training sessions. So, if you've gone through the UYP course, you know that when you're increasing training frequency, it needs to be very, very, very gradual. Because think about it. If you're increasing training volume, right? Let's say I add an extra set to squats, and I was doing 3 sets of 5, now I'm doing 4 sets of 5. Well, that's a pretty good increase, but then if I'm squatting twice a week, right, and my other day is, say, 3 sets of 10, well, then my total volume for the week, I have 30 reps on my light day, and I had 15 reps on my heavy day, and now I'm going up to 20 reps. So I'm going from 45 total reps to 50 total reps. That's about an 11% increase. Not that much. If I go from 4 training days to 5 training days, that's twice as much, right? And I only added one day. So you have to go really, really slowly. And when you do that, it's also important that you keep your total training volume constant, right? So if I go from 4 days to 5, I'm not just adding squat sets, right? I'm not going from, doing 3 sets of 5 on my heavy day and 3 sets of 10 on my light day. I'm not adding 3 sets of 8 on my medium day for day 5, right? I'm splitting that work up between the 3 days evenly so I can isolate the effects of higher frequency training without worrying about how is the extra volume kind of complicating things, right? This is the idea of small changes. So what I have done is started training 2 days on, 1 day off. But here's the catch. Only once out of every 3 days do I train heavy. So I'll go heavy day, then I'll go light day, then I'll go off day, and then I'll just repeat that. Now, that way it works out so it's really only about half an extra training day, and it's really, my heavy training days are even more sparse than they were before I increased my frequency. So I've really, even though I'm training more often, I'm not doing any more total work. And it's working really, really well, which is surprising to me because I really thought I would benefit more from the extra recovery. And it's turning out that's not quite the case. Now, the other thing I've done that's gone along with that, in order to make this adjustment to higher frequency training easier, I've significantly dropped my accessory work. Significantly. To the point where I do a squat and a bench press or a deadlift and a bench press every day, right? And then I'll do one very small accessory movement. So when I'm saying very small, I'm talking something that I cannot use more than maybe 100 pounds on. We're talking something like deficit split squats, maybe one-arm dumbbell rows, maybe stiff-legged good mornings, where I'm going very, very light, working the muscle, only doing it for maybe 3 to 5 sets, and then I'm out of the gym. So I'm not spending as long in the gym every day. And that's really, really helped as well. I think that combination was very important because had I tried to do as much total work training even more frequently, I don't think I could have pulled it off. And I'm basing that off of attempts that I've made in the past to increase training frequency that did not go well. So that was the first change, higher frequency training. I'm not suggesting that you use the 2-on, 1-off split, but that's what's worked for me. I do think that it's worth experimenting with higher frequency as long as you're keeping your total volume and hopefully your total effort as well pretty constant over the course of the training cycle. The second adjustment that I've made that again goes hand in hand with this higher frequency training is extreme sleep. When I'm talking extreme sleep, I'm talking 11 to 12 hours per night plus naps, right? Now, this is extraordinarily difficult to fit into people who have a regular 9 to 5 job. I do not. I work from home. I work really odd fucking hours. It can be 6 a.m. I can be working, midnight I can be working, but that gives me the freedom, right, to take these naps throughout the day, to sleep a lot more, to do my training when I want. And I prefer to work 7 days a week and split my workload up over that period of time because I work better in short bursts, just like I train better in short, high-intensity bursts. So it works for me. And man, I have seen extraordinary benefits, not only in the gym, but also outside of the gym in terms of kind of quality of life, mood. I'm less stressed. I have more energy. And now my body wants that extra rest time. If you look at the literature, I think, there is some research that shows that too much sleep is not good. There's also some research that shows that athletes need more sleep than the general population. So I really suggest that if you try sleeping more, first of all, adjust gradually. Don't just go from 7 to 9 hours per night, which I think is the minimum, to like 11 to 12. That's a big jump, right? That's a big increase, and your body's probably not going to like it, and it probably won't work out all that well for you. But start going to bed 15 minutes earlier, getting up 15 minutes later if you can, and gradually spread that out and see if the extra sleep helps you. It may not. It very well may not, but it has made an enormous, enormous, enormous difference for me. I can't take credit for this. This was something that Matt Wenning suggested that I do. Shoot for as much sleep as possible. To support that effort, I really increased my intake of magnesium glycinate. Now, I cannot tell you guys why magnesium glycinate is better than the generic magnesium you'll get from the grocery store or whatever, but this was recommended to me by Matt. It was recommended to me by my own doctor, and it seems to be working. So you might try that. I'm slowly increasing my dose. I started at 200 milligrams per day. I'm going up to 1 gram per day of magnesium. You want to increase slowly because it can lead to stomach discomfort, but it should also help relax your smooth muscle, help you sleep, and help you recover as well, keep your stress down a little bit. So the extreme sleep, the significant amounts, that has really helped me a lot. Again, if your body does not want that extra sleep, do not force it, okay? It's not going to help. It's just going to make you angry because you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling, not being able to sleep. So those are the two significant changes. There's one even more important one. This one's huge. This one is the real game changer, I truly, truly believe, and that is growing out my beard. So, hope you all like it. Till next time, think strong, train hard.